Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought I'd do a full face of products that rarely get used or that I haven't used in a very long time in my collection, just to kind of rotate a few things, maybe play with some things I forgot were really good, and yeah, something a bit different. I don't know what kind of look I'm going to come up with yet as such, but I just thought it might be a bit slightly different video. So if that sounds like something interesting, then please keep on watching. Okay, getting started. So foundation wise, I tend to, some of these categories I tend to do in rotation anyway, so some will just be one that I haven't used that recently, whereas others will be I haven't used for a good year or so. So foundation wise is kind of one of those ones where it wasn't too long ago, but this is probably the one that I haven't used in a recent time, which is the Lily Lolo Cream Foundation, and I have mine in cotton, and to be fair, I'm almost out of this one, and this was the second one I wanted to use up in order to buy the Madeira Equal Skin or Skin Equal foundation, because I kind of told myself I had to use two foundations up before I was allowed to purchase it. So this is the second one. I'm almost hit pan, as you can see, but yeah, it's been a very long time since I've used this one. I think as the mineral powder foundation from Lily Lolo has very much been one of my favourites recently. So it's kind of taken over. So I'll go in with this one today. It's a lovely cream foundation. It's not one that's too creamy, it just slips and slides. And it's got a good amount of coverage as well. But yeah, it's just been a little while since I've used this one, so I thought I'd go in with this one. I'm using a Real Techniques sculpting brush just to buff this in. Okay, for concealer I tend to switch. I've only got two concealers and I tend to switch between the two of them quite a lot. And because I'm out of powder completely, I've got one in order, but I'm out of powder, I'm going to go in with this one. So this is the Lily Lolo Mineral Concealer. This is actually a new one because my other one ran out. This is the shade Blondie. But I switch between this one and the Kosas Revela concealer a lot, so neither one is one that rarely gets used. But I thought I could use this as a bit of a setting powder as well. So use a Real Techniques setting brush, take a little bit, and we're going to pop under the eyes and kind of around the T-zone area, like I said, just to set slightly. And actually Blondie is a slightly lighter shade than I usually get. I usually go Barely Beige. It was out of stock at the time, but I think Blondie will be absolutely fine. Might add a bit of a brightening effect. Okay, I'm going to go on to bronzer next, and technically this is actually for sculpting the face, but for me the tone of it is a little bit too warm, so it works better as a bronzer. But it's something I haven't used in a very long time, and it's the Lily Lolo Sculpting Glow Contour Kit. I mean, I'm pretty much out of it anyway, so I thought why not use this for today. So I'm actually using a Lily Lolo powder brush and just give myself a bit of a nice light bronze. But yeah, I'd find this shade just a tad too warm for me to be able to sculpt with it. Plus I'm not really a big contouring person anyway, so I think I would actually, once this runs out, I'd like to get the actual powder bronzer from Lily Lolo, because obviously I've got their mineral bronzer, which I absolutely love. It's got a bit of shimmer, but the powder ones I think is more matte. It'd be nice to have a choice of the two to play between. Next up is blush. This is the Kajal Vice blush, cream blush in Sun Touch, and yeah, since I kind of picked it up I haven't used it really, so I thought I'd give it a go. This is a Luxie Angled Top Buffer, so I'm just going to stipple this onto the cheeks. It's quite a nice, soft, everyday kind of blusher, but yeah, I just haven't really touched it. It's not a bad blusher at all. Okay, and then I thought let's go in with highlighter, and this is something that I used to love a lot and I really haven't touched it in a very long time. It's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this is one that you can use all over the face or use it as like a pinpoint highlighter, which I'm going to do today. But yeah, it's one that, I mean, this is like my second bottle or so, because I really love the product, but I just haven't played with it in such a long time. And it really gives a natural glow because there's no glitter or shimmer or anything like that in there. And like I said, you could just do it as like, you can also do it all over the face kind of and have no other makeup on. It gives a nice kind of appearance on the skin, it gives a nice glow, a slight evenness, and just looks very natural, which I love. But yeah, it's a gorgeous product. But yeah, it's just one, like I said, I used it all the time and then I stopped for some reason. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful product. So that's the base portion done. Everything's looking nice. Now those products I hate, like I said, it's just been a while since I've used them. They do look very, very pretty. So on to the eyebrows. I've only got 2 eyebrow products at the moment. One being the ABH powder, which I use all the time, and the other one is a pencil, which is the Lavera eyebrow pencil, and I have mine in the shade brown. So I'm going to go in with this today because, like I said, it rarely gets used, just because I do prefer the powder when it comes to the eyebrows. I find I do struggle a little bit with pencils. I'm just trying to get that fine line of like pressure so it's not too heavy where it's really obvious marks, but then not too light where it's not showing at all. Something like that. Like that. Not sure they're 100% even, but we'll go. Like I said, I do prefer my powder. Okay, I only have the one eye primer. It's one that I use on a daily basis pretty much. So I'm going to continue with it. It's the Lily Lola eye primer. Now onto the eyes. There are quite a few palettes to pick from actually that I haven't really touched in a very, very long time. I've narrowed it down to 2, so I'm going to switch between the 2 because I feel like these are probably the longest ones. So I've got the Deuce by Juvia's Place, which looks like this. I just don't really wear the bright colours anymore as much. And an e.l.f. Mad for Matte Jewel Pop palette. This one here, which is a beautiful palette. And actually for this time of year, this is lovely. So I'm just going to kind of dabble between the 2. I might just take the mattes from here and then the shimmers from here. And we'll just have a play. I'm not entirely sure what kind of route I want to go down yet with the eyes, but we'll see. Okay. I'm going to start off with this shade first. It's like a nice burgundy shade. I'm going to use my Bedelium Tools 785 for this. I'm going to start on the outer portion and then bring into the crease. It's a nice kind of purpley berry burgundy shade. And both of these are lovely palettes. I know they work well. It's just, yeah, it's been over a year, I'd say, since I played with these. Take some of this shade just to kind of blend out the edges slightly. Same brush. Okay, I'm going to dip into the palette. I just want something a little bit deeper, so I'm going to take Chocolate from this palette, and this is a blank canvas brush but the name's rubbed off. There's a nice fluffy brush. I'm just going to build up on the outer portion only a little bit. But just add a little bit of depth. I'm just going to grab the other brush again, just make sure the edges are blended. I've definitely got other products I can definitely do this with as well, so if you like this kind of idea, then I can do it again. I mean, certainly when it comes to the palettes or just eye products and the lip products, they're the ones I've got loads of. I've probably got the most of in terms of categories that will be able to kind of play with stuff that I really haven't played with for a long time. I'm going back into that cream and the Jewel Pop just to tidy up a bit more on these outer portions because I feel like I got a bit messy again. Okay, now I'm going to go for a pop of shimmer. I think I'm going to take Puffs, this pinky one here. I'm just going to take it with my finger. I'm just going to pop that is in third. It's quite an icy pink colour. I think it will suit the rest of the tones quite nicely. Wow, that's a very icy pink. It's pretty. Like a very wintry pink is what I'd call it. Let's just take the brush I used chocolate on. Let's blend the edges of that shimmer into it. I'm just going to pick a bit more chocolate because I think I went a bit too far with the shimmer this side. Okay, yeah, it's a gorgeous pink shimmer. It's very, like I said, very wintry, icy shade. Now, this mascara is the one I haven't used in the longest time. I tried it for the first time this year. It wasn't my favourite, but I don't know, now it's dried up a little bit. It might give me the volume I wanted. It's a Dr. Hushka Volume Mascara, but the reason I got it is because I wanted to try a brown mascara and find a good brown mascara. So this is, does it say what the shade is? Just 02. But anyway, I didn't find it actually looked that brown on the lashes, and also it just didn't give me the volume. But we're going to give it a go today, potentially because it's been a few months since I've used it. It might have got to that good stage, because I find mascaras that does happen sometimes. Like when you first use it, it's possibly a bit too liquidy. Give it a few weeks, let it be open for a while, and then it works like magic. Although weirdly, this is still quite a wet one. No, I'm still not keen on this one. That's mascara on, still not my favourite, and yeah, I still think it just looks very much black on my eyes, which if I want a brown mascara, I want it to look brown on the lashes, so that didn't quite work for me, but like I said, it'd been the one that I hadn't used in quite some time. Now onto lips. Now I've obviously picked out the products beforehand, and I picked the two palettes out. I wasn't entirely sure what kind of colours I was going for, and I picked a relatively nudie pinky lip, which I don't know is actually going to go with this look, so we shall see, but I may need to switch up slightly. So, lip liner of choice is the Bella Goss one, but this is in the shade Sandalwood. I don't think I've actually really touched this since I've got it, so this is going to be the lip liner of choice. It's very nude. Yeah, not really a shade that goes with this. And also, now thinking out the lipstick I've picked, doesn't really go with this lip liner either. So it's very much going to be a mismatch on my lips. But this is the Antipods South Pacific Coral. Looks like this. We may have to switch this up. Let's go a little bit. I'm going to go with the Node. Let me just see if I've got another lipstick that I haven't used for a while that might just suit this eye a bit better. I've got one. This is the Colourpop lipstick. I don't think this still does this one, but this is in the shade Still Crazy, but I think it will be a much better shade for this. And again, it's one I haven't used for quite some time. That's a bit better. It's a bit more of like a mauvey pink, a dusky pink, which I think that's much better. And that is it. That is the full face of products that rarely get used in my collection, or I haven't used them in quite a long time. Like I said, I can easily do this again, especially when it comes to the eyes and lips. I've got loads of palettes and lipsticks that I haven't used for quite some time. Base products are a little bit trickier because I do tend to put them on rotation quite a lot. But yeah, this is the look I came up with using the two palettes. I really like it. Actually, it's quite a nice autumn / wintry type of look. I really like the shimmer. Actually, it's really nice. And yeah, I switched up for this, which I think it's still not perfect for this eye, but I think it goes a little bit better than what I had before. So yeah, that is the video done. Like I said, I just wanted to play with some other products that don't get a lot of use, just to remind myself of how lovely they are. The mascara, obviously, I wouldn't say was my favourite still. I had hoped it dried up a little bit to be a good volumising mascara, but it's not, sadly hasn't. And it's still just very much just black on my eyes and not brown like I wanted. So yeah, that's probably the only disappointed product I used. The eyebrow pencil wasn't too bad, still not my favourite, but everything else I really like. I think I might continue to wear the Lily Lello cream foundation just so I can use it up and get the other foundation, but it is actually a really lovely foundation and I like that a lot. So yeah, that is this video complete. I really hope you enjoyed and found it a bit interesting, something a bit different. Leave any future request videos down below, any comments, any questions, and yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in my next one.